Yes.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. Pat Sung here. Margaret, do you need to spotlight the speaker, or how does this work? Well, we have tonight we have here
You already
Dr.
you already
Chang.
spotlight Champat.
Huh?
You already spotlight him already. He's on. I already put him spotlight.
Okay, because I see him and all the others are kind of little on the side.
That's the
Anyway,
correct
that's okay.
way. That is correct.
We are very much honored and pleased to have with us Dr. Joe Chang, the chairman of the Scientific Advisory Board at Nu Skin Pharmanex. And well, I mean, I'm sure the audience here, everyone knows Joe. Okay, I mean, I really don't need to have to introduce him. But anyway, I just want to mention that Joe has written the second version of his Aging Myth book. All right, I don't know how many of you guys have bought this. It's available on Amazon. I think it was an ebook too, right, Joe?
Yes, it is available
Yeah.
as an ebook.
So everyone should get a copy because a lot of good information in here. All right, I read part of it and it's very, very informative. All right, Joe, what can you tell us first of all about this book?
Okay, all right, good. Well, hi, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's not just here in the US, probably with some Europeans as well on the call, right? So it's so good to get all of you here and consider it as a chat and a conversation rather than a formal presentation from me, because I think it's going to be more useful that way, rather than listening to my boring speech. Fundamentally, Pat asked the question about the book, and if you recall, as Pat mentioned, the title of the book is called The Aging Myth. Was written, oh my goodness, it's more than 15 years ago. Yeah, 2011, if I'm not wrong, thereabouts. And at that time, we were talking about, how in Nu Skin, our scientists, have discovered the so-called genetic sources of aging. All right. And we told everybody, or we described the technology as age lock, just to quickly tell you that. And everything under age lock was and still is relating to the genetic expression of these genes. Yeah. So it's not so much altering the physical nature of the gene, but it's actually the expression slash activity of the gene. And we have discovered, together with some scientists from University of Wisconsin, that certain genes are way more related to the aging process, yeah, of the body. And it's never about a single gene. It seems to be every time we look and conducted scientific experiments, we find there were clusters of genes interacting with each other to either slow down the aging process or actually. So we thought it was a good approach in a way that we now have a genetic fingerprint of sources of aging. And rather than just covering up the symptoms of aging, we decided to go after that. And by screening and evaluating a whole bunch of natural ingredients to formulate our products. That was the age lock approach, right? I mean, it's frankly, as a scientist, I still find it sometimes difficult, really, to articulate and to simplify what we're doing in ageLog to a level where you can all appreciate the power and the impact it has on you personally, as far as health is concerned, as far as beauty is concerned. Gene expression, I mean, what does that mean? It really doesn't, you can't relate to it, frankly, unless you're a scientist and you have other background knowledge. And it continues, and finally I say enough is enough, insofar as, it's really, the book was written for all of you. And I thought it's time, especially with the launch of the Prism and everything, and try to explain what gene expression means into a function. Whether you're breathing properly, whether your heart is beating better, whether your blood is circulating better, whether your bones are staying stronger. Terms you can understand and appreciate, right? But it's never been connected to gene expression in a very intimate and close way. And that's what actually prompted me to now revise that Aging Myth book into a translation of gene expression. So I've added about, I believe it's like 4 chapters or whatever, and describing all the things we have done over the last 4 or 5 years, actually, where the science has evolved, the science has gone to another level. We are talking microbiome, the gut health. We're talking about metabolic health, and we have what do we have? Mind 360 about mental health, and so on. Those things you can relate, right? But I want to hope to help you understand that it is the building of our science and the building of our age log approach, if you will, to have reached that level. And that's what the book is. It's a translation, really, taking genes all the way to a functional level. And I'm hoping that will really, better appreciate the differentiation or the uniqueness of new in that sense. And also, over the last few years, we have also developed a very powerful category on devices. Yeah. This was not exactly in our wheelhouse, if you will. But we developed that, and it became really a very strong component of our whole approach to looking and feeling better. The devices are actually not just something you can put on your face, on the rest of your body, and you just have some sort of simple, superficial benefit on the skin. It actually also deliver some inner systemic benefits too. So there is another chapter in there, what those devices, how they're being integrated into the world of Nu Skin. So really in Nu Skin, right, when all of you, I'm going to assume here also, when you join Nu Skin, the products are important, but at the end of the day, you are actually the evangelist, particularly for this audience here, right? In this group, you've been with Nu Skin quite a few years now, and so on. I mean, Rita has been around for quite some time too. So really, I mean, you are the guys who are going to tell and message this. I can only message to a certain number, but the multiplying effect or the amplification effect obviously has to be done through all of you, right? So if you don't really truly understand why and how we are developing these products, you will not be able to really tell the compelling story why you should be taking our products, and in fact, to another level, why you should be joining Nu Skin as an organization, right? We are sort of at an inflection point once again, and the prism is now one of the greatest challenges we have. No matter how much I say, and no matter how much we talk about the science, at the end of the day, the average consumer will say, I don't feel anything. Skin products are easy. You put it on your face, you do your half-face demo, you can see the benefits, okay? But on the Pharmanex nutritional supplements, I mean, there's great science behind it and so on, but it takes time to develop those health benefits and so on. But it's difficult because the people don't feel anything. All right, it takes time. The prism is changing the equation. The prism, for all intents and purposes, right, is what? Is it essentially allowing the consumer, whether that person is taking LifePack or whether that person is taking some of the more recent products like New Biome or Collagen Plus, if you will, right? They will all see visually an improvement in the number through Prism. There's nothing more powerful than that, I believe, right? And you need to incorporate that into your conversation, if you will, or your narrative. No matter how you talk on, this is one where you don't have to struggle insofar about the Pharmanex nutritional supplements. Okay, you can come to it insofar as later, but at the very beginning, the beginning of the conversation or the start of the conversation, I'm hoping the Prism helps you to start that conversation much, much easier than before. I don't think any other company can actually, regardless of how good their products are and so on and so forth, and so on, they cannot actually deliver on that promise. It's still the same old so far. Trust me, I think these products are good for you. All right. Here with the Prism, for all intents and purposes, it has become don't trust me. Trust yourself. See what happens when you take the nutritional supplement over a period of 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You can see the score improving. Nothing. I'm willing to sort of bet that will resonate with practically everybody. And all of you should be doing this experiment, right? Because this is still a people business and you still have to talk to people. And see what happens in a scenario where I would just use the elevator as an example. When you go in there, previously, some of you may or all of you may know, we had this biophotonic scanner. The latest one was called S3. Yeah. And we had that for 20 years. The story and the claim at that time using that was actually saying, how do you know his supplements work? But the problem is with that one, the way you tell was through antioxidants. Because it was an antioxidant score, remember? All right? Now, frankly, all of you, really, seriously, can you really look me in the eye? If you're a new person and you say, hey, we have this technology and it can help you understand your antioxidant score. What do you think the reaction is? Huh? Really? Antioxidant? What is an antioxidant? You now have to go through this whole litany of explaining what an antioxidant is, what a free radical is, and so on and so forth. It takes so much effort to catch that person's interest. The Prism build on that story. It has essentially changed the claim that what you are seeing now with Prism is not just an antioxidant score. You are actually seeing a nutritional health score. Okay? Yes, it's dependent on measuring antioxidant, but now this is now sort of like, for intents and purposes, it's a secondary claim. It's really the primary claim, the one that I think everybody will come around, would be able to say, hey guys, we have this technology and it really helps you understand your nutritional health. I'm willing to bet your reaction from that person say, oh, there's something I could benefit from, huh? Tell me more. Then you can go and talk about antioxidants now that you've got that person's attention. Yeah? But there's value. This is the substantive value. This is no more, for all intents, but trust what I say. Don't trust what I say. Trust what you see. And what you see is your nutritional health. That's the transformation we have done with Prism. Frankly, I don't believe this field, especially all of you, truly have appreciated that transformation. Many of you, I've heard, some of you relate on the stuff, and so it's still stuck on the antioxidant story. It's almost like putting the cart before the horse. And it's not going to go forward if you do that. Yeah? We now have put the horse in front of the cart. Now you can travel. This is a subtle change, but it's a very profound change in terms of talking about nutrition health, that everybody is sort of right. What is it called? Everybody can relate to it, and it's resonating, right? Because really, when on the business side of things, right, your opportunity, in order for all of you to grow, it's not about taking the products with the same people. Okay, you're supposed to have new people coming into your group, into your organization. That's the whole point. And Nu Skin has always been that. I'm a stupid guy. So this is one of the things I guess I learned over the last 25 years with Nu Skin. It has always been a company, by you, for you, with you. If you guys don't really am able to go out and grow your organization, it's really pointless, really, launching any more new products in a sense, right? We're just like hamster on the wheel. We're not going forward in that sense for all of you. So that's what the Prism is, and that's what the book, hopefully, the book is another sort of validation, substantiation document that you guys can use, if you will, if you so happen to hit somebody that is more sophisticated or more knowledge and wanted more information, then they can go delve on the science in that sense. All right. So that's what a couple other things, technical things. I don't know how many of you have tried the Prism. How many of you have actually measured yourself with the Prism and so on? I'll address one of the common ones that have come back. I will call it feedback. I won't call it a complaint. And that is there's variation with the Prism measurement. All right. The problem is you meaning in general, the person who tells me this, they never tell me the whole story. Sometimes they switch fingers. This Prism uses the finger, right? Okay. Sometimes they use the forefinger, sometimes they use the other finger, sometimes they use the thumb, sometimes they use the left hand, and so on and so on. But they never tell me whether they're using the consistent digit for measurement. Okay. So therefore, there's going to be some variation because the skin on your fingers, especially at the tip, they tend to vary in terms of thickness because that's how we use our fingers, right? So, and that either makes the skin thinner or thicker in that sense. That's one thing. Another thing is that machine is so portable. It's almost like it's great, but don't treat it like a toy. All right. Yes, you may want to take it out from your pocketbook or for the mail from your pants pocket. In that sense, right? But when you take it out, make sure that probe is clean, and don't clean it with a piece of tissue because really tissue is rather rough. Use that microfiber cloth that we provide and use that to clean the probe, okay? And then make sure that the machine gets calibrated. In general, I would recommend that the device gets calibrated almost every week. In fact, you should, if it has gone through some dramatic change in the environment, whatever you drop it, for example, and so on, calibrate it again, right? There's that disc that we provide in that sense. It's not a toy. You need to treat it like a scientific instrument. Now, after having done all that, yes, there will be some variation. Typically, the variation is about plus or minus 10%. That's the margin of error. All right. It's a biological measurement, and it's coming from the body, and there will be, just like any other blood test that your doctor does for you and so on, it will vary. All right, but plus or minus 10% is with the average of that, plus or minus, it's okay. So 400, and then another day you get 370 or 360, it's fine. It's about the same range. All right. Please don't think that it's too much variation. There might be also be variation from finger to finger too, right? That's why it's good to keep from one finger to monitor your progress. Okay, so I think I've covered those technical aspects of what we have learned. We have about right now 35,000, I believe. Every day is increasing, but right now I think it's about 35,000 devices out in the marketplace. Okay, so maybe I should pause here a bit and any questions, whatever?
Okay, Joe, I'm sure you have explained this before about biohacking. So are you saying that, we can use this as like a wearable, like my iWatch? I can measure how much time how many hours I've slept and all that. You can use this as an indication of nutritional value.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pat is bringing up a concept that has been around for quite a number of years, and they use the term biohacking your body to learn how it's performing and how well it's doing and so on. Conceptually, that's a great thing, right? To learn more about your body. But in order to learn more about your body, in order to biohack, you need data. You need information coming back to you from your body. And that's why Pat was showing you the watch with all that sensing of sleep, number of hours you sleep. Maybe I think it measures your heart rate too, and so on. And that's getting data from your body. With the Prism is the same thing. It's getting information about your nutritional status. All right. I think we can all appreciate, and we can all agree that one of the fundamental health blocks or building blocks to make your body strong is to have great nutrition, right? There's no doubt. There's no way a person can actually be healthy if he or she doesn't have great nutrition or have a good nutritional diet. And that's what the Prism does. The antioxidant that we're measuring, the carotenoids, it's great, but we're getting a lot into other science or other supporting science about the carotenoids in general. But what it really now has become, the carotenoid has become a biomarker of nutritional health. That's the translation we have done. Okay, it took us 20 years to create this database, this correlating database. While you guys were measuring and looking at the score and so on over the last 20 years, we have also included, some other factors like smoking, the diet, obesity, all these other lifestyle factors of that individual. And finally, with AI, we were able to create a program or an algorithm, as they call it, that can analyze and tell us what all these different factors mean. Are they related? Are they not related? Are they independent and so on? And what we found, yes, they are related indeed. Okay. Smoking will drive your score down. All other things being equal, if you smoke a lot, the score will go down. If you're obese, okay, your score will go down. So that's what we did with the prism. That translation cannot be done by any other competitor if they have a similar device, and some people will probably come across it and say, oh yeah, they have the same veggie meat, and so yes, they can still measure antioxidants, but cannot translate, okay, because they don't have this database and they don't have this AI algorithm. It's very important, those things. It's hard to appreciate, if you will, but that's really what it that's the outcome of all the research. And that's why we do the science, right? Is to get the data, is to get the information to help in the understanding of the body. So that's what biohacking is. Now we are biohacking with the prism, the nutritional status of it, because it keeps giving you the feedback. All right. And that's why it's important. But on your business side, right? Everybody should try to get a prism. You can give it to the user, because one of the things that is important to realize here, right? Because of the sort of belief that these products don't do anything, the supplements I'm talking about, right? This part, but it's like sooner or later, that person may give up on that product. All right. At the very beginning, fine and so on, but sooner or later, I can't feel anything. Say, why am I taking it? Why am I spending this money on this? If that person has a prism, right, and he or she gets into a habit of measuring themselves regularly, even once a week or twice a week, whatever, but regularly, they can actually have a visual confirmation of the effectiveness of the product. Okay? So on the retention side, because your business is all about what? Really, right? Recruiting, retention, volume. Whatever the compensation plan is or whatever happens, at the end of the day, that's the delivery. I call them the three legs of the business, right? So if you can retain the user or the consumer for a longer time, my goodness, right? Your volume is going to be much more stable and, in fact, goes up. So you can spend more time on your recruiting. Okay? So for the people who have been struggling, whatever it is with your story and so on and so forth, this is a very simple story to tell. The prism. Okay? It's very simple for you to talk to people and very simple to demonstrate that. Because on the skincare, many of you are comfortable with the skincare. Why? Because you can see the results, right? You like I mentioned earlier, you do your half-face demo and you can see before and after very easily with the skincare products. Why do you see? I should say, how do you see the difference? You look at a mirror. What do you think the mirror is? It's the new skincare scanner, for crying out loud. That's right, we don't need a scanner. It always has been a scanner there. Okay?
Great.
Now you have an equally powerful scanner on the nutrition side. And your story has, in fact, become even more powerful because now you're delivering beauty from the inside out and also from the outside. How can that not? I mean, when you look, right, I'm sort of saying sometimes when you look and at the business and so on, right? Yes, no doubt, no doubt that at the end of the day, there is an end point of making money. That's what you see, right? Whether you're successful or not. But at the same time, there are many people who might not react to that. That becomes too sort of, I don't know, mercenary or whatever you call it, right? Here is another approach. And another approach where you're actually delivering something that that person can benefit. They are not going to deny, they're not interested in their nutritional health. And then the business model can kick in, I'll call it, later on, once they see the success of the product and so on. All these things are driving to the ultimate goal. I realize, I'm not naive enough to think that all of you don't need to be financially successful, if you will. But so therefore, the prism is another way, I think, that can simplify or make it more effective or give you another approach to talk to more people. Because everybody is built differently, and some people may not react to the compensation plan reaction immediately. They will soon, but let's get them excited about their health first, because after all, not much point being financially successful and not being successfully healthy. So I've given you the perspective from my angle anyway, and maybe it's more personal than anything else. But any other questions that you have?
Well, Joe, you had also mentioned that actually your skin is also a reflection of your nutrition. So in that sense, the skin care also depends on, or partly depends on your nutrition level too. And the prism is one way to measure your nutritional level or whatever.
Yeah, you bring up. Okay, let me show you. Can I share? Yeah, I can share. Let me share a slide with you. There's a picture of two ladies. Share?
Yeah. Your co-host, you can share.
Let me see whether I can share. Okay, I can. Can you see that?
No, we're seeing.
Screen sharing. Okay, got it.
Got it?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
I don't know why, Marguerite, you're having so many problems. You really need to be in you really need to be in the same room as Pat. Pat, you can see
No,
it, right?
He told me.
I can see it. I can see it.
Okay.
Everyone sees it or no?
Yes, got it.
Nod your head.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Very clear.
Very clear, right? So this was a study that we conducted recently with 600 people, and the woman on the left, okay, essentially was a woman 56 years old, and she scored only about 230. The woman on the right, same age, but her PRISM score has gone up almost more than double, 540. What we were really rather surprised, if you will, is to look at the faces, and as you can see, the person on the right looks much younger than the person on the left. Okay? So what is happening here, and Pat is right, the skin is a reflection of the rest of the body. And what I think, there's more than actually delivering good skin health here, and that was my first reaction, right? But more importantly, what it's telling me is also the prism, by having good nutrition, you're also able to separate what I call your biological age from your chronological age. In other words, if you're 57 years old, she looks like almost less than 50 years old. Okay? So, and that's why the nutrition is so important. It translates to all kinds of health looking benefits wherever you are. And obviously, you can't see how good your heart is or your lungs and so, but clearly on the skin, you can see the biological age is much younger in the woman on the right. Okay? So that's really what I'm trying to say with the biological aging. So that's really important in that sense. All right. Pat, you got any other
Hold on.
question?
Let me take a picture of this slide here.
Yes,
Okay.
Joe, there are questions that was asked earlier by Savio. It is a great way to say, but corporate reassured us only to confine to skin carotenoid score instead of nutritional score before. Now change because of the metric being measured, or is it the legal restriction relaxed?
It's relaxed a little bit. You can say nutritional. Okay, maybe. Okay, Savio in Hong Kong, right? Okay.
Yes.
Say nutritional insight. It provides a good nutritional insight. Okay. You don't have to say nutritional health. Say nutrition, or you can say it provides an insight into wellness. I don't think Hong Kong prohibiting you use the word wellness.
Well, Salvio is in Vancouver right now.
But his group may be using it. I mean, his wife is their
Oh,
group.
Savio in Vancouver, it's same thing. I think Canada is probably quite similar to the US. Use wellness, use nutritional insight. Okay? Use nutritional status. I think the important thing is all these terms, no matter how you use it, it means something really important to your customer. Antioxidant, in my mind, it's actually not so what do you call it? Not so powerful and profound. You need to do a lot. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next question is about the microfiber cloth. Is it washable? Can we wash it from time to time?
Yes, yes.
Okay. The next question is about, is there an expiration date for the light that's coming out of the prism? So she meant that in the TV, like the bulb gets expired over time. Is it the same for ours? Like how many
Yeah,
a
it'll probably
lifetime?
take about 10 years.
Oh, okay. Because they're saying some high performance clinic who have 500 scan a day.
It's fine. These are LED lights. These are not incandescent lights, right? They last a long time, no problem.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Ryan asked a question.
Who's Ryan?
I don't know. Ryan, you can ask a question. And Sinas, Ryan and Sinas. He had a long things he's talking about.
What's the question?
Is there a question? So maybe he's explaining. Higher antioxidant scores correlate with diet rich in fish, fruit, and vegetables. Lower score correlate with ultra-processed food, excess meat, and alcohol. Okay, I think it was just a statement.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful, Ryan. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, is this in the chat room?
It's in the question. Is a yes. Then Jaya noticed that the lack of sleep on consecutive days can affect the scores significantly. Okay, hold on. Let me finish. I see Walter has a question. Okay. Oh, Orion's in Florida. Okay. All right, Walter, you can ask questions.
Thank you, Joe, for your amazing presentation. I do have one question. Do you
Yeah.
think that it might be possible that we are going to get a sacket or something like to protect the bucket, the prism, when we take it with us in a handbag or in the jacket or something like that? As we do have for the galvanic spa, where we can put it into it?
You mean
Only a
pocket?
small bag so that
Cage.
we can protect the lens of the
Yeah.
prism out, because the scanner has had something to
Yeah,
protect.
yes. I believe, if I'm not wrong, I've seen quite a few. Which market are you in?
EMEA, Europe.
Oh, you're in Europe. I thought I saw when I was in Europe just a couple of weeks ago or something. I saw somebody putting the prism in a pouch.
Hmm.
Yeah, someone
So
showing named Lawrence
yeah,
Hassini. If you guys see the picture, he's showing a little bag that
yes,
put it in there.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
to
actually,
answer, yeah,
uh-huh.
go ahead, Marguerite.
You can buy from Amazon for $7, but I do not know if
Yeah.
Austria or
Okay.
not.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Lawrence, are you
you're right. Yeah,
Europe?
she's
Lawrence, are you in Europe or are you in USA? He's nodding his head, but I do not know. You could unmute yourself. Hello,
I mean, yeah,
Lawrence is
USA,
talking.
Florida,
Ah,
Florida, and you can get them on Amazon, and it's a cover for a photographic lens, and it fits exactly into the prism fits exactly
very,
into it, and it's on my
very good.
keychain.
Yeah. There you go.
okay, but that's in Florida. So Walter is asking in Austria, Vienna, Austria area. I do not know if a European
Amazon.
have it. Okay, check out Amazon. I know you could buy from those essential oil. They have these little bag, that little copper. That's what I use. I'll get it and I'll show it to you guys. And I use that. And it's
Thank you
only
for answering the questions.
yeah. Okay. Somebody's asking which is faster to increase score, G3 or U-span, given the same diet?
I think G3 might do it a bit quicker, but U-span will do it better. In other words, the U-span will give you a higher score than G3. You got it?
Yes, so? Okay, so I'm showing my bag. I bought on Amazon for $7.99. It has a nice pocket that I have my wire, my fiber cloth, and a little reset stuff. And then on this side, I just put in it's actually just a eyeglass thing. And I put my gadget here and I close it up and I can zip it up and I carry it in my purse. Very, very easy. It doesn't have the hook on for the keychain. I don't have that. So everybody has to go find out where you can find it.
Marguerite,
Yes.
Marguerite, what was that?
Yeah.
What is that called when you went on to Amazon? Do you remember what your pouch was called?
It is called essential oil carrying case, mini carrying case.
Okay, thank you.
Guys,
And then
all
they-
you have to do, I think Ryan would know, right? Any lens
It's
protective,
a lens carrier.
lens protective case
Yes.
will get you the right cloth pouch.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. There's questions here right now.
No, they're not. Not important. I want to go home.
There's another one that says, what is it? When you see improve the score, if it doesn't give you a money back, I mean, guys,
Money back
I think
guarantee.
if I'm not wrong, Newskin has always provided a money back guarantee without questions asked for all their products. This one, we just make it clearer. All right. So yes, give them the money back guarantee. Does it improve with that? Now, obviously, you're going to take it for a month or so to see an improvement, and then after that, you have to keep taking it. If you don't keep on taking it, the score will go down. Then it's not the fault of the product. Got it?
Good.
Okay. There is a question from Malaysia from Jack Kirk. I see Pacific has a tier 1 and tier 2 certified product. What's the difference and will more product be SCS certified?
I tell you, those Aussies, they do love to make life more interesting than anybody else, right? So essentially, the way that they assign the tier is to the degree of improvement that you get. Okay? So I believe a tier 1, I might get it totally flipped, but nonetheless, I think a tier 1 does not perform as well as a tier 3. Got it? Yeah.
So tier 3 will be the elite product.
Mhm.
No. The elite product. Yeah, I think you might be right. I always associate one with the elite product. So like Life Pack, right? Life Pack is to me is a tier 1, but you might be right, Marguerite. It might be tier 2. You can tell on the Australian product. It's on the box or on the bottle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, there's another question. The nutritional health is measured by Prism IO, reading the amount of carotenoid and antioxidant that we have reached into the cellular layer of the skin, best being read into the finger. She says, so afraid to ask this. This is a question, a stupid question, but I think it's a good question.
Is it by the finger or by the palm, whatever? Which is better?
Amount of carotenoid that have reached into the cell. You're absolutely right, Aliana. Into the cellular layer of the skin. Yeah, that's where it stabilizes, right? It goes in there into the tissue, if you will, and that's where it exerts its actions or whatever. So it's the stable carotenoid status, if you will, in the tissue. And the blood is not very stable. It will spike. It will go up and down all over the place within minutes or within hours and so on. But the tissue level is very stable when you measure it. That's what you have until it starts building again over 2 or 3 weeks when you improve your nutrition.
Yeah, and then now
Yeah,
I think to say the level 1 product is the most economical. And then the level 2, or if there's level 3, then it will be the best result, but will be more premium, like Saks Fifth Avenue, and then or if you buy one Walmart.
Okay. I think Jack clarifies for us, Marguerite. So
Yeah.
tier 3 is the elite, and level 1 is the least potent or the least powerful of all the products.
Okay, so Miriam Sim shared that I have scan result of an overweight 49-year-old female, sleep well, non-smoker, uses our product with a higher scan score, vs a 56-year-old male who is not overweight, late night sleeper, and smoker with a lower score. How does this translate? Weight is not a big factor in the score? Just curious.
Smoke.
No, you're comparing to a guy. The smoking is one of the worst things you can do to your body. Okay, so I'm not at all surprised that 56-year-old guy who's supposed to be not weighing too much and doesn't sleep too well at night or nearly at night and smoker, they will have a lower score, right? Is that what I'm reading? The 56-year-old has a lower score than, I don't know how that female, when you say she's overweight, how much overweight she is. She's not very, very obese, I assume, right? So yes, you will have a higher score because that smoking factor will dominate all the other factors that affect the PRISM score.
Hmm. Oh, she's saying the diet being unchanged.
Margaret,
Yes,
yeah, can I ask
Sure.
Joe?
absolutely. Go ahead.
I have a question because, like what just now you say, Dr. Joe, you mentioned that the blood test, the result may be fluctuating because it's actually in the bloodstream it will spike, but then when we actually it goes to the tissue level, it will be more stable. But let's say, for example, if we measure from day to day, and we see that even if we eat, if we actually have a late sleep, or we have have a depreciation of our either diet or our sleeping quality, the result will actually went down. So because if we talk about the result is actually reflecting from tissue, will be takes about 2 weeks time. How will this be a drastic drop on the next day or 1 or 2 days time?
Well, it depends on how much does it drop. If it just dropped 10 to 20 points, that is not a drop.
That's
Is within
normal.
that's within the biological variation.
Okay.
Huh? You see what I'm getting at? That's why I'm
Okay.
saying it's a range, right? Yeah. To try not to think about the score like if you get 450, it has to be 450 or 451 or 404. Yeah, exactly that. No, this is biology, and there will always be a range. The range that I'm telling you is plus or minus 10%.
Okay.
Okay? Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what Joe is saying that your score will be fluctuating. You cannot expect a same score every scan.
Thanks,
Right.
Joe.
Yeah, it should be within the same range of plus or minus 10%.
Right.
Okay.
Not have the exact score every time. Well, except for Margaret, she come up always 1,000.
No, even if I don't sleep, I don't know, Joe. You need to raise it up to 1,500.
No, Marguerite, you are the weirdest person we have, right?
I know.
mean, you practically take every single nutritional supplement we have marketed or we have launched.
I know.
Everybody can score as high as you. Tell the people here, I don't even know. I think everybody here knows how many supplements do you take?
A lot. Pat is he's the provider of all the
Yeah, I bet it's about 30 capsules.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you are the outlier in that sense. I don't know whether we should change the score to push it out further. Because that would mean we're trying to get everybody to up to your level, and that might be
That's good.
it's good for you, but it's not necessary for everybody.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, Okay,
Uh-huh.
next, Savio, we promote pyramid has AI algorithm. This is hot topic now. And people ask, how does it relate to the scan? It helps accuracy. Okay. My goodness, Savio, you better grow your group. But after I finish answering all these questions for you. All right. When I was in Hong Kong, where was it? A few months ago? We should have addressed all this. Okay. All right. So the AI algorithm. Okay, everybody. Now I have to go back a little bit and rewind for the rest of the audience for them to fully appreciate this question here. Okay, because Savio is asking, what does the AI algorithm that I mentioned, what does it do? But before I answer that, right, everybody knows it's indeed a very hot topic. AI, artificial intelligence, it's like a computer brain. Okay. But what most people don't also at the same time appreciate, because it's never brought out very clearly and it's never ever actually written up in any newspapers and so on and so forth, is that AI cannot operate if it doesn't have data. All right. The reason why nowadays ChatGPT, whatever, Copilot from Microsoft, they all operate on the fact that they have all the information from the internet. That's their database that they can dump in. Okay? And each company, ChatGPT, Microsoft, Copilot, they have developed an algorithm, a program in a sense, if you will, that can analyze all this data to answer the question you put into ChatGPT. That's how it operates. AI cannot operate without data. It's very similar to your brain. Ask yourself this. How come you're not clever when you were born immediately? You got a brain. All of us got a brain when we were born. How come we're not instantly clever? Why do our parents need to teach us how to talk? And we learn how to talk by what? By listening to them, right? And that's the data that's being fed in your brain. You went to school. Your parents claim that you were sent to school to get educated. But what on earth does that actually mean? Actually, it's to give you more data into your brain to make you more intelligent. The computer chip is no different. So what we have done, and this is a point that it's very subtle, but it's worth repeating. Yeah. In the sense, I'll show you, maybe I should show you this figure. Share again. Why can't I share?
Joe Chen, you are host, you co-host, you can share.
Down in the bottom, Joe, you should share.
I know. I'm trying to find. Oh, yeah, here we go. Share. Share this. Share the program again. All right. Can you see?
Yeah, guys, we see the two women's.
Okay, I've switched to this one. See this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This graphic will help me explain what I'm talking about. Look at the right. That is called our proprietary Raman data or database. Okay. That's the amount of information and data we have collected over the last 20 years with the previous scanner, the antioxidant scanner. And I think I mentioned to you, while we were collecting that data over the last 20 years, we also had asked many of those people what was their lifestyle. Do they smoke? Are they fat? Do they eat? Or what sort of food do they eat? And so on and so forth. That collectively were put together to form this database. This is the database that feeds into the AI algorithm. All right? So when you measure, when you put your finger in there, your value is compared to that particular database. And that's why we can convert that carotenoid score into nutritional status. Got it? That's how we do the correlation. And that's why even the Hong Kong regulators and even many of our internal people, have not grasped this correlation that we do. That's why it's different from S3. You don't need to stick to the skin carotenoid score, as Salvio was told. We have done the translation. Salvio, was it clear, you think?
Yeah. Thank you very much for that.
What do you think? Does it help? You see, so this bit on the right has never been really explained very clearly compared to what we explain on the left. Okay, we are so proud of our engineering, if you will, to make this prism device. We forgot that device technology can only be driven and be translated with the thing on the right, the database. So when somebody comes and say, yeah, we also can measure the same thing with the veggie meter. I think in Hong Kong too, Savio, there might be a shop that might have a machine in front of the store. They say, oh, come and measure and then go in and pick your fruit, right? Yeah. Yeah.
They look beautiful.
Yeah. So for that particular
because the fasting. Do you look tired? You're hungry? Yeah, look tired. Yeah. Have you
Okay.
been good?
I didn't quite understand what you're saying.
He's not from my support partner said you can come for the next.
Okay.
All right. So I'm hoping, Savio, you can understand, right? When you try to talk about the prism to somebody, and somebody says, "Oh, we already have this." Some store I can find in Hong Kong or Japan, they also have one. So yes, they're measuring antioxidant, but they cannot translate. Okay, what's the point of measuring antioxidant? And you are still in the dark ages. You cannot translate it into meaning something really impactful and mean something to the body. And that's your nutritional health, your wellness, your status, and so on.
Okay, so essentially what you're saying is, Joe, all the other companies can make a measurement. All they have is a number.
Yes.
Number means they don't know because they haven't got our database.
Yes, they cannot
Okay.
translate. They have a number. They can use a number to say that it's an antioxidant because it's a number related to carotenoid.
Yeah, but what does that mean? It's just a number.
Yeah.
They haven't got data to explain that number.
They don't have that database.
Right. I hope everybody understands.
Okay, there's a new question. Jessica, okay, hold on. Jessica from Singapore, I guess I wonder about the ramen data because in the past 4 years, we have been scanning in SG, but we don't input any other info like lifestyle into the scanner or submit any information to the company. So I wonder, how does the company get the data?
Because I'm not getting data from you guys. I'm getting data from a control study that we carefully measure that person. It's a big, I guess, clinical study or survey that we know that person, and we take down all the required information. I know it's just not just data from you, Jessica. It's from our internal study.
Mm-hmm. And then there is another question by Dr. Bueva. Aside from LifePak, Wispan, G3, and collagen, what other Pharmanex product can increase the PRISM score? M-Smart.
Meta. Okay, what
Meta.
other, right?
Smart.
Meta can do it in that sense and so on.
Yeah. I think company in our booklet in the US, they have all the product that would, oh yeah, the iFormula, correct. Thank you, Dina. Yeah, they will increase.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you another one. This is, since you guys bring that up, but this is also another very sort of complicated response that you might have to spend some time thinking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I'm going to play like I'm from another competitive company, all right? And I say I can game the system by making a real carotenoid product or whatever it is, and then throw it in, and I can see my score go up just as well as your LifePak. How are you going to answer that?
Mm.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it is, right? And their product is only $20 for a month's supply, and LifePak is over $100 or whatever. There's a real nasty question, right? A competitor can put out there. Okay, here's the answer. All right. There's a reason the carotenoid or whatever that we have in LifePak, it's not just there as a marker of its value, but it's also a marker of the value of the other 40 ingredients we have in LifePak, which you cannot pick up with the prism, but the carotenoid has actually, we have other studies to show that is also a great marker for the absorption of those ingredients. Okay? So that's why that one, a marker of absorption of those non-carotenoid ingredients and a marker of the antioxidant carotenoid, that's 1 + 1 is what also add to our claim that it is a marker of nutrition.
Hi, this is Walter. Thank you for the explanation, Dr.
Well, it's complicated. It's complicated.
No, it's not. It's not that complicated. So I'm
right.
going to use a slightly different analogy, which is to say, everyone is familiar with GPS driving on a map, right?
Yeah.
So what happens if you have the GPS with no map data that has been gathered by robot cars going up and down every street and alley? You end up with a GPS that takes you to the wrong place, or it doesn't work at all.
Mm-hmm.
So our system in the Prism IO, the software side, is the functional app with millions, tens of millions of data points to guide where we're going. Now, if you're driving a Tesla, that's like saying every night when you download a new version of the software, you have a better machine. Now, one of the questions up here says that what happens to my numbers going down recently? Then I say, well, yeah, because now we have more data and probably better data so that the reading, the high reading that you started with may actually end up being lower, right? It's not because something is wrong with you. It's actually the database has been improving. So once again, don't look at absolute singular data, but look at trend line.
Absolutely, Walter. Trend line. I
mean,
hope
the
everybody
trend line is the
understands trend
beauty.
line. Yeah.
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 So people
That
are
really is.
I keep trying to say, guys, don't get stuck on that one number.
Yeah.
Look at number over weeks and months. Then we're talking, are you actually getting better or worse? Now, the other beauty that Dr. Chang has not directly pointed out, even though you kind of implied it, our products have better formulation with all the cofactors that makes the primary ingredients more absorbable and more effective than anybody else. Because everybody else was throwing that singular item and say, I'm going to give you 20,000 milligrams of that, pray that maybe a fractional percentage gets through. We actually embed all the cofactors that make it much more effective and efficient. So I think, your team does something rather sophisticated and miraculous and a little difficult to articulate, but I love it.
Yes. Yeah. It really is. Sometimes it's difficult. And remember, guys, when sometimes, when you're stumped with a question like that or whatever it is with a customer, it actually gives you an opportunity to really keep on talking to that person. and not say, oh my God, this is a disaster, it's not working for me, and so on. Say, yeah, I think we have an answer for you. And then, you can call us back and so on, and we'll be able to feed you with the right answer to help you get a customer. It's no problem. I see a question here on 1,000 going down to 860. I mean, yeah, who is that? Is that Kenneth?
Kenneth.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenneth. Yeah, keep measuring it. Maybe your first one, the first 1,000. I don't know which prism device you have and so on. If it's the same one, make sure you calibrate it every time now. And maybe the real score is 860, but you're up there, 860. Frankly, that's why I don't want to really advocate a 1,500 in a sense. 860 and 1,000, to me, you are up there and you're in the purple zone, so to speak, and you don't really need to worry, you have dropped. You haven't dropped. Yeah.
But sometimes, even though you eat the same thing, but you have been stressed out when you travel on the airplane, it'll drop, which I think is
Yeah.
normal. So sometimes because of stress or your boss
So,
said something, I don't know.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
But I don't want Kenneth to feel that going from 1,000 to 860, he's going to die.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There's no difference as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing to worry about.
Dr.
Well, not
Joe
only
Chang, I do have a second question or two other questions. First, how often do you give the advice that we shall measure twice a day? It's the first question.
No.
No. And the
No need,
second
no need.
thing I would ask is, do you think that it might be helpful for the company when we measure to give in what kind of supplements we were taking, if we take use to get better results, that we can have the data? So you give
Yes.
in, you take life pack, you take use and all the stuff?
Yes.
Would that help?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the two products you mentioned, the youth and the life pack, they are what I call our foundational products. Okay, they are the ones that are really have a very broad-based benefits, and you should be taking that before anything else.
But there is no possibility at the moment to give those products into the system. So when you measure, you get a score, and you cannot fill in, I take use, I take matter, or I take life pack, or whatever it is. So we do not have the possibility to give in that, so that people can see they take those kind of supplements or they do that kind of nutrition, what they eat, so that we have exactly the data correlated to that what we were taking or the score.
Oh, with life pack and all that? Oh yeah. But the thing is, we have done, yeah, we certainly have it with life pack nano, which not every market has. And we also have it with G3. Yeah. We have some of the scores. Yeah, no problem. Right? If I'm understanding your question correctly. But I'll take this question back to the team and ask them to see whether they can correlate all the data.
Thank you.
But
Okay.
Dr. Chang, the lady that just spoke, she talked about putting in LifePak Nano and let's say Age Lock Youth, right? But the variability, because that scanner is looking at, hey, if this person smokes, that's a factor. If this person doesn't get enough sleep, that's a factor. So you can be taking the right stuff and smoking, guess what? It's defeating the purpose. So for NewSkin to be showing us what we are taking, to me, it's irrelevant. It's a matter of, this is very simple for me.
Yeah.
Please, people, everybody on this call, keep it simple. This is the most powerful device and only one in the world that can tell you your nutritional insight. There's no other machine that I've ever seen. I don't care what these people tell you. There's no one trusting. This is science. And so when you take the products, I have people tell me, oh, I take supplements. I said, okay, I don't know what kind you're taking. It could be synthetics. Put your finger. Oh, they score 150. Hello. But when you take the supplements that my wife and I have been on for 25 years since IDN, this stuff, I am purple consistently because there's no guessing, no more guessing. I was at a trade show this weekend. Everybody was all over my booth because they were fascinated. They said, what is this? Oh my goodness, I need to talk to you because I'm taking stuff and it's not working because I scored low. I'm a vegetarian and I'm scoring low. Well, guess what? That's why we're going into India eventually, because there's stuff that's missing from those people's lifestyle. So this is really a lifestyle. It is not just about the nano and whatever I take, but that's one component of it. But the sleeping, the smoking, excessive drinking of alcohol, lifestyle, again, that prism will measure stuff for you. I don't have to ask you a question. I just say, put your finger on here and see what the numbers are, so I like it. I'm so excited. I can barely sleep. I can barely sleep.
You're right on target.
Hey, David, if you cannot sleep, your score will go lower.
But I still get my 8 hours.
Okay.
But guys, right, at the end of the day, I mean, the thing is, like he said, don't make things too complicated. Go scan people, make sure you understand, the purpose of that is to have those people initially, obviously, to use one of the products and then to stay on the product. The prism is a wonderful tool to develop that habit because it's a very soft sell. You don't have to be a hard sell. He or she is the one that's going to convince herself or himself that, look, there's a number there. I'm taking a product. It's gone up. And I should be taking it all the time. That's the only way to grow. All right. This is not just another new product from New Skin to put into your pocket and move around. It's really, I believe this is one of the most effective business tools, the way that New Skin is built for you guys to really grow. And you need to grow.
The way I put it, Dr. Chang, I just put it this weekend. I told people, I said, listen, the hospitals have a certificate of need. They have an MRI, they have a CAT scan, they have Doppler. They can see inside your body. They're looking for stuff. They don't have this. This is unbelievable. So with 35,000 people that have this, that's all. And there's 8 billion people in the world that will need this. This should outdo iPhone because you just have to keep sharing and don't get caught up in the weeds. Just know that the scientists have put a lot into this. There's 75 plus that works for Dr. Chang. This is unprecedented. I've never seen anything like this. And I was pre-med back in 1975 and learned a lot about cardiovascular and gross anatomy. And now Wall Street for 35 years, business, M&A, and now I'm doing this full time. This is unbelievable. If you can't do anything with this, I can't help you. This is powerful. Dr. Chang, kudos.
Okay, Pat, I have to go off on another call in a couple of minutes.
Okay, last question.
I have a question.
Last question. Okay.
Yes, thank you. What would your advice be for a person who 3 weeks in a row, their score continue to be at 100 and who does not believe in supplements? And she's, according to her, she's doing everything that she thinks she's on the right track, doing her diets and kombucha and whatever that is out there.
Okay, what can I say? What she's doing that she believes is doing her good, it's not showing up on the device. So how good can that be? That's the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if that person doesn't believe it, then I don't have an answer for that. You know, I mean, she's not. It's like she's not willing to really be convinced by scientific evidence or look at scientific evidence that what she's doing is just hearsay and it's not proving out.
Thank you.
Okay,
So
100 is
Okay,
really
one
low.
thing
okay. All right.
that lady,
Last comment, Joe.
yeah,
Last comment.
okay.
You had mentioned during one of, I think, Dan DeMay's interview about medicine and nutrition. Can you say that again? Medication will do what, and then nutrition.
Oh, okay. Pat, if I repeat this one more time, okay, you've heard this twice now. So if I repeat one more time and you cannot even ask the question, I'm not going to repeat it again. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, Margaret too.
Okay.
So medicine or drugs have been developed because I came from that world. Were developed to treat a particular disease. Nothing
Yes.
more, nothing less. Okay, it can cure a lot of diseases. But what it cannot do, and this is the English word, right? What it cannot do is drugs can never heal the body. Only the body can heal itself. And in order for the body to heal itself, it has to stay healthy. And the only way it can stay healthy is through nutrition. So there's a big difference in terms of curing a disease and healing the body. The right side, the healing the body, can only be achieved through good and healthy nutrition. That's what the prism is all about. All right. It's quite common. It's quite intuitive, if you will, when you think about it. All right. And once a drug is treated, all right, what does it do? The person has to rest. Why do you think that person has to rest? The person has to rest because rest is one of those factors that contribute to making the body healthier so that it can recover that person.
Wow.
Is that clear?
Yes, yes. I want you to
All right.
repeat so everybody can.
No need to repeat again. Okay, Pat. Next time
You
when
can
we have another
explain a
Zoom
lot
call.
better than I can. Okay, Joe. Well, see the comments you got. All this thumbs up.
I know.
Anyway,
We still
I
have
really I gotta go, Marguerite. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Chen.
Okay.
We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Bye-bye.
this. Yes.
My pleasure.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. See ya. Wow.
Okay,
Hope you got
stop recording.
Thank you, Margaret and Patrick, as usual.
it.